Hello guys, in this session we are going to learn about the 2D sketching in Autodesk Fusion 360, and the 2D sketches available in Design Workspace. Go to Design Workspace and the 2D sketches placed in Solid tab and click Create Sketch. After that you have to specify the plane you want to sketch. I will specify the right plane. After that you can also change the unit. Click Document Settings and change unit. You can also set if you want centimeter, meter, etc. and click that, and you can also set as a default, and it will automatically set as a default. I click millimeter. It's already set as a default, so don't want to change it. After that, this is the sketch palette. There are sketching options are available, and then first there is a sketch tab available. After that, modify tab, and then constraint tab, and this is a sequential operation. First you can create a sketch, after that you are able to modify that and give constraints to it. First create a line, this way first point, and left click the mouse, again left click the mouse, and like this we are creating a chain of line. So if you want to terminate this, please enter escape, or else you can click the tick icon to escape from this. After that, and in this sketch you can see the profile is a fully closed. If it is a sketch is fully closed, it is represented by the blue layer is formed inside. After that you can also see this is a constraint, this is a perpendicular constraint, which these two lines are perpendicular to each other like this, these two lines, and this is a horizontal constraint which is horizontally placed like this. You can also create additional constraints to it. After then create a arc, go to create and click arc. There is a three options available. I click a 3 point arc. First, this 3 point arc, first specify the first point, I mean starting point, and ending point, after then the third point like this. After that another arc like this. After then there is also another constraint is formed. This is a tangent constraint. The arc is tangent to the line. After that you can simply left click the mouse and drag the arc. It drag it changes and changes its dimension and changes. So if it is changes, then it's a unconstrained sketch and it is represented by blue color. If it is a constrained sketch, I mean if it is a constrained sketch, we can't able to drag like this, and the fully constrained sketch is represented in black color. First we create a dimension, right click, and then the arc. We don't want to specify the arc because we already specified the diameter. After that we specify the, after that create a line, the midpoints. After that go to midpoint constraint. and click the line in the mid and click the origin. After that, the sketch is fully constrained. I already told that if a sketch is fully constrained, it is represented in black color. Yeah, it turns into black color. In this, you are not able to drag and drop like this. If you want to change the dimension, you can change in this, but you are not able to drag the sketch. After that, create another circle, place it in here. After that, create coincident constraint. After that, click coincident constraint and click the circle first point and then click the center point. After that, likewise, you can also and the center point. After that, the two circle diameters are different, so equal the diameter by adding constraint, that is equal constraint to it. Click that equal constraint and click two circles. After that, the two circles are equal diameter, and then the circle is indicated in blue color. In this, the circle is a unconstrained sketch. Like this, you can drag and change the dimension by drag it. So to change into a fully constrained motion, so first enter the dimension. After that, the sketch is fully constrained, so it's turned into black color. So sorry, I have given the same diameter. I gave 60 like this, and we don't want the center line, so click that and in the sketch palette, in the line type, you change it to a construction line like that. After that, this also change into a construction line. This After that, you have created a sketch, and we can also turn off the constraints by turn off the show constraints in a sketch palette. Click that and we can also turn off it, and also we can turn off the dimension also. Click that and it turn off, and the points also turn off. Like this, the circle center is turned off, and the profile like this. We already told that in the closed sketch there is a profile created, that is indicated in blue color. Like this, you can also turn off the profile like this. After that, click finish sketch to get out of this sketch tab. Click that, and in the VQ, click the home button and we go to the perspective view. After that, go to extrude and extrude it. In this, we have already described that in the construction lines are for the construction only, it not be considered. Okay. After that, I give 20 mm and operation new body. Like okay, and then after extruding, the sketch is turned off. You can also turn on the sketch and you can also create another extrude on it also, like this, like this. In this, you can create it as a joint because it is joined to the already created body. Click OK. After that, in the bottom of the UI interface, you can see the timeline. In this timeline, we have first created a sketch and then extrude the first body and then extruded the second joint like this. You can also edit that joined by edit future. Click future. You can also edit that, and likewise you can also edit the first extrude edit future. Like this you can also edit that, and you can also edit sketch. Right click the sketch in timeline and edit sketch. It automatically comes to, we can also edit the sketch. If we enter 60 to 65 diameter and click enter. After that click finish sketch. After that it automatically extrudes also changes to 65 like this. After that we will see the one by one 2D sketching tools, and in the create tab we have already used the line command, and the shortcut for line is type L, and the shortcut for circle is type C. And you can also search the tools by type S, and then the tab is opened, and then search which commands you want. If I want to get trim command, search and trim, yeah, the trim is available by searching this sketch shortcuts. After that you can also create a rectangle. There are three options available. First is 2-point rectangle. Like that, in this you can simply specify the first starting point and the ending point like this, and the automatically constraints are generated, and these are the horizontal and vertical constraints. After that you can also create a 3-point rectangle. First specify the first point and second point and the third point. The third point, that is width, like this, and the another is center rectangle. Click that and I select the center origin and place it, and it is the center based rectangle. You can create like this. Okay. To conclude, that is, in the selection there is a three options available: window selection, free from selection, and pane selection. In the window selection, if you left click the mouse from right to left, it if it touches the sketch, it selects all. If we go from left click the mouse from left to right, it selects only the objects inside the box like this. And if you select from right to left, it selects all like this. And in the another selection is free from selection. In this you can select it by free form like this. This is also same as the window selection. Like this, if you click from right to left, it selects all like this. If you select from left to right, it selects only the objects inside it like this. After that, the third selection is pane selection. In this, you have to left click the mouse and hold it from right to left. It selects all the sketches. If we go from left to right, it selects all. And the pane selection is a full selection. It selects all. If you go from left to right, and if you go from left to right, and if you go from right to left, it selects all. After that, we will see one by one 2D sketching tools. First, we delete that. After that, can create. We have already discussed about the cycle, and in for creating arc, three options are available. If you create arc by 3-point arc, or also create the arc by center point, and also create arc by tangent, And in this polygon we can create a polygon, circumscribed polygon also, and a inscribed polygon. In circumscribed polygon we can create a polygon outside the circle like this. Also we can specify the how many sides. First specify the dimension 20. After that click tab and then it switches to how many sides you want. If I click 12, the 12 sides are formed. If I click 8, 8 sides are formed, and then click enter like this. We can also create a polygon by inside the circle. First we have to specify only the circle diameter like this. After that we can also create a ellipse. First specify the first point and specify the width or thickness. After the tool is spline tool. The spline tool is like a line tool, and there are two options available. First option is fit point spline. In this we can create a spline and edit it by the points like this. Drag like this. After that create a spline by control point spline. In this there is a extra control point is created like this. Sorry. And we can change the spline by the center point. We can drag. So it's called a center point spline. After that there is a slot is available. We can create a slot easily by center to center slot. There are 5 options available. Center to center slot. First specify the start point and end point and then the thickness like this. After that the another option is center overall slot. First specify the first point and the end point and then specify the, I mean in this we have specified the start point and the end point. In this is a short point. I mean the arc is the start point and the another arc is the end point. But in this the center point is the arc's center and the another arc center. Like this we can create slots. After that we can also mirror. For mirror first you create a line to split that. Like after that click mirror and then click that, and then we have selected the objects and then we have to specify the mirror line. The mirror line is we have created, so click that and the mirror is created like this. If the line is created horizontal, the split is opposite to that. We can also create by create line like this. After that mirror that and select the objects and select the mirror line and it's mirrors like this. And for circular pattern. First we create a some circle. After that create a circular pattern. Click that. Wait a second. First we write another circle like this. After that create circular pattern. Click that and select the circle you want to create pattern. After that you have to specify the center point. I have specified the bigger circle center point. After that you can also specify the how many circles you want for the pattern. Specify 8 circles, and it's in the 8 circles are there, and you can also specify the angle. If you want 180 degree, or if you want 90 degree, you can also specify. You can also change it by dragging the manipulator like this, and you can also specify the symmetric. Symmetric means all equally spaced like this. After that, click OK. The circular pattern is created. This and first one for rectangular pattern. First create a line. After create a small circle. After that, create rectangular pattern, and which objects you selected to create pattern, so selected, and then direction. You can quantity is I give 20. After that you can manually you can pull the manipulator to place it. Also you can click direction and then click the line like this. You can also place it. After that you can also place it in the up. You can also place it in the right view like this, like you can create. First we will quantity to in the upper, specify the quantity to 5. Yeah, it's created 5 like this. In the right side you can also specify to 25, create to 25 like this. And this is a rectangular pattern, and it is also same options. We can also click symmetric to symmetric the dimensions. We can also create one direction. One direction is a manual. You can drag and drop. After that you can click OK to create. And yeah, and in the sketch dimension we have already sketched the dimension about that. After that we will learn about modify tools. In the modify tools there is a fillet tool. Fillet you can smooth the sharp edges. First create a rectangle like this and create fillet. Specify the two edges. After that you can specify the radius to fillet like this. The fillet is used to smoothen the sharp edges, and the trim is used to delete the sketches like this. You can also hold left mouse to easily delete the sketches. After that we can also move and copy the sketches like this. And first for copy the sketches, first create a copy. So turn on the create copy. After that you can drag and drop and click OK to the sketch. After that, the copy of the sketch is created like this. After that, constraints one by one. First is horizontal or vertical constraint. For this, first create a line. It has a tilted angle. After that, create and then go to horizontal or vertical constraint. In this, the horizontal or vertical constraints works in the basis of which is very close to the horizontal or vertical. In this line, the line looks like it is in vertical. So click that line, it automatically goes to vertical. If I create a line with tilted angle, after that I go to horizontal or vertical constraint, and then after clicking that, the line will change into horizontal constraint because horizontal constraint is very close to the alignment, so it creates. After that, create a circle, and for coincident constraint, first specify the center point, then specify the another point, and then the 2 points are coincident. After that, the point is indicated in black. After coincident constraints applied, it is indicated by black. After that, there is a tangent. For tangent constraint, click that. After that, you have to specify the sketch you want to be tangent and click the circle. After that, these two are tangent to each other, and tangent and the line is vertical because we have already applied the vertical constraint, so the line is also maintains a vertical position. After that, create another circle and then go to equal constraint. In this, you can use the constraint to equal the dimension. First click the first and then the next circle, and then it equals. So under the main point is, first you have to specify the circle you want to be not changeable, and it acts as a main circle because the dimension is changed and the another circle dimension is changed with the first circle you have selected. If I go to back and create equal, first you have to specify the circle which have not changed or it act as a main circle. First click that, and you want the circle to be changed, so you have to specify the circle to be changed, so click that. After that, it changes, and then create a line. Already constraint. After that, go to parallel constraint. First you have to specify the line which is not to be changed, and then the line which have to be changed to parallel like this. After that, I will go to perpendicular constraint, create a line. After that, perpendicular, first select the line which is not to be changed, and select another line which is have to change the position, go to the perpendicular position like this. These two are perpendicular to each other, and if you want to coincident, you can click that under 2 points under coincident like this. Okay. After that, the fixed constraint is used to fix the line, and you can't able to drag and fixing and unfixing constraint. You can't able to drag or change the position. After that, there is a midpoint constraint available. In this constraint, first create a line. After that, create a circle. After that, go to midpoint constraint and select the line if you want the circle to be in the placed in the midpoint, and select the circle, and the circle is placed in the midpoint of the line. Like this, it works. After that, go to another. another circle. Okay, after that I go to concentric and select the circle you want to be not changed and select the concentric circle. After the circle is two circles are concentric to each other like this. After that you can also linear lines. I mean first create a. After that select the line which is not to be changed and select the line which has to change like this. These two lines are linear to concentric constraint. First create a circle and create another circle and create a partition line. In this line, first create this the space between the line to circle are different to each other, so we can assign a symmetry constraint. First, click the sketch, change this sketch, and after that select the symmetry line, and then the symmetry line is created after the space is equal and also the circles also equal because we have applied the symmetry constraint. And this is the end of the session, and we will discuss about the 2D sketch tools, and in the upcoming session we will discuss about the design workspace. Thank you all.